Hello everyone and welcome to the podcast for the Jackal. I'm going to press play now. Boom. It's a universal one. Right, so this is a podcast after me and Carl did Jurassic World. That's what I meant by saying universal screen. Menu screens are all like universal. Bum bum bum. With a little, if you don't know what the little symbols mean, you're in trouble. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry if you've clicked on this thinking that it's the film, The Jackal, and it's just a podcast and you can't comment and you want to leave horrible comments. It's fine. It happens, life. Anyway, The Jackal. I'm a big fan of this movie. This is The Jackal, not Day of the Jackal. And I was driving home the other day and on the billboard was the new Day of the Jackal. I think it's a TV series coming out. Or it might be a film. Little is known. Seems to be every 25 years the Jackal is remade. And I fell in love with the original Jackal as the music starts now. I think it's a massive attack. Someone's playing the start. I spent quite a lot of money on the Jackal soundtrack. It's quite a rare soundtrack, but it's part of the times. It's got a big montage coming on here, and it has that very calling, which I think is just so good for the time. We're about to get a name check as well, coming up with Bruce Willis and Richard Gere from my research this morning. There you go. Bruce Willis is first, but Richard Gere is higher on the right. Apparently they did not get along pretty much at the time. I think Richard Gere's, I'm not a Richard Gere fan, but I think Richard Gere's light was fizzling a bit. Bruce Willis was massive. I mean, Fifth Element in Die Hard were a vengeance, were the films prior to this. And this is the last film of Sidney Poitier, his last on-screen theatrical appearance, which is crazy. Quite a lot of famous actors pop up in this. As I said, we get this big montage. Obviously the Russian side of it. It starts off in Helsinki. I did watch the original last night, which obviously it's more French and British and stuff like that. And actually I started watching it straight after I watched The Jackal the other day. So I watched The Jackal, there's Jack Black there, 2 days ago in the entrance studio. And I had Vietnam flashbacks of watching it. Actually, I've definitely seen it this year, but must have been pissed, I'm not going to lie. Do suffer from the occasional having too many beers in the editing room when you're trying to get through hours and hours of stuff that's not yours and all that kind of craps and bollocks. And you go in there and you're just like thrown on a movie. But I love this intro. Really made the effort. Nice montage. It's all like stock footage. I love the graphics. I love the overlays. And I love the score. On this new television, which is hugely wide, I don't know if I'm in for this film being cropped. I don't think I am, but it's very the aspect ratio is really narrow, like panoramic. Obviously it might kick into a different gear. It's obviously just stretching out the original content, like. But the grainy things, a lot of stuff at this time, like Seven would have there you go, inspired by the screenplay. The original writer did not want his name on the movie, and the original director did not want it to be called Day of the Jackal. So obviously protective of their because remakes work. I mean, the remakes were about, but they weren't so like. This is one of the early remakes before everything was getting remade, and yeah, the aspect ratio on this fucking huge television, it's very wide. Don't get us wrong, it looks good, but doesn't fill the full telly. The Jackal is quite hard to come by on Blu-ray now, and as we start off here, I totally had a brain fart before and remembered that I actually do have the Jackal Big Box VHS, because I think the artwork on the VHS is absolutely stunning, and the artwork on the Blu-ray is shockingly shit. The artwork on the Blu-ray, obviously the Jackal is a 15. On the front you've got Bruce Willis and Richard Gere, like we talked about before, where Bruce Willis's name is first on the left but lower than Richard Gere's name on the right. The Jackal, Richard Gere is on the left underneath Bruce Willis, and Bruce Willis is on the right underneath there, and there's like shadowy imagery in the background. It's got black Really bad Photoshop on the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray is absolutely a piece of shit, actually, to be honest with you. It is Universal, so there is a chance, and this would be a good one for Arrow to pick up, because Arrow did in fact release Day of the Jackal, which has 2 alternative artworks, and I didn't realise how long Day of the Jackal is at 143 minutes. The both films have very similar beats, but going back to the artwork on the VHS Arrows, remember Bruce Willis, top left corner, blonde hair, gun to the left, Richard Gere under him, sort of a very grey pixelated version. Bruce Willis and Richard Gere's names. Again, Bruce Willis is on the left but lower than Richard Gere, both in red font, and then the Jackal with a bullseye, which is very close to the original Assassination picture. How do you stop an assassin who has no identity? And the Blu-ray actually has no tagline. On the back of the box, same picture of Bruce Willis with his sort of buzzed cut, dirty tash. Richard Gere is sliding down the escalator, but the image is flipped, and Sidney Poitier is on there. I'm going to do a retro VHS. This is probably going to be my second entry in the new VHSs, just to look at this artwork. As Bruce Willis is the Jackal, the greatest assassin in history, out to eliminate the top US government official, Decker McQueen, Richard Gere, an imprisoned underground operative, is the only man who can stop him. Now, the deputy director of the FBI, Oscar winner Sidney Poitier, is taking the biggest risk of all. He's releasing one criminal to stop another criminal and televising an explosion in Grecian supernatural thriller. It's not supernatural law, but again, that read like Demolition Man, because like when I was watching the original, Richard Gere's character is not there. Like, you know, again, it's all based on stuff like, but the 2 hottest superstars of all time pair up to give 2 great performances with special effects, spectacular stunts, and story that is guaranteed they always keep you guessing. The Jackal is a powerful thrill ride of action adventure that won't want to miss. So that is essentially the fucking mid-90s for you. That thriller, assassination, sexual nudity, non-frequent violence. So it's an 18. As I said, the original's a 15. J.K. Simmons there in the background there. As he fucking drops the C word straight away. There's a massive brawl, and the brother gets killed. The original, like, I think when I was watching the original, like, you know, it does follow similar beats. The idea of painting the car, and you know, the problems with the guns, and you know, and it abruptly ends after fucking 2 hours 40 minutes. It abruptly ends. Like, bang, he's dead, and he goes flying at the wall. But, you know, films come along in a time, and I think this is a really, as I said, a really good film. I wasn't old enough to see it at the pictures. I remember reading a Total Film magazine with Bruce Willis saying he wouldn't let his daughters watch it because it was the most evil performance. And Bruce Willis wanting to be a bad guy. I mean, Bruce Willis's career, you know, the guy, he's retired now, like, but Helsinki looking beautiful there. You know, the guy is literally in the 90s was the guy, and for him to want to do something like this and makes a serious kind of movie, I just think, like, I mean, when you go on IMDb, there is just lists and lists and lists of other actors, and I just don't rate Richard Gere. I don't think I own one Richard Gere film that I can think of at the top of my head where he's the main star. Like, I've not seen stuff like Mothman Prophecies. I've not seen Primal Fear. I've not seen Officer and Gentleman that I can remember. I'm just not a Richard Gere guy. And I think, like, you know, he's good in it. Don't get us wrong, but I think maybe he's the 90s team that they were looking for. But all you read on IMDb is he won't come out his trailer, they won't come out the trailer, them telling each other, enjoy your movie, and pretty much when the scenes that they're in, they're not in. So again, it's the Hollywood power play. I think when you get actors in it, I think they've got to gel. They've got to want to work together. I think that's why, I think when we got so long to get Escape Plan with Stallone and Schwarzenegger, they wanted to do that. But in the 90s, they probably would have been the same. Proper, you know what you're in for when you get a death like that, fucking axe to the back of the head, malicious fucking brutal killing. But that's how you keep power, I guess. Obviously wanting to make a statement and hire the Jackal. The original guy who played the Jackal turned down a role in this, who was Edward Fox. Oh, that's very interesting. Hang on. So on the Arrow artwork, it says Edward Fox as the Jackal. So in the credits, it actually just says the Jackal. Both been released by Universal Studios. So, you know, there is potential. I mean, it's been a while since Day of the Jackal come out, but with Day of the Jackal, this new one coming out, maybe they could do it. As I said, the Blu-ray of the Jackal comes with no extra features, but again, doing my research this morning, there is a love interest which isn't the original. There's a bit of he's walking around in the buff a lot. There is a love interest which apparently hit the cutting room floor, which is on the DVD. So, you know, half now, half later. And Bruce Willis as well, playing like multiple like variants of his time. You know, like Bruce Willis, short black hair, like The Siege. You know, kind of like no bullshit kind of actor. I think he plays it really good. He plays it very cold. But again, you get to see a massive like personality of him. You know, he plays it cold. He's got the, you know, the different kinds of looks. They've got the surfer look. He's got the fisher look. He's got the intelligent look. He's got the, you know, he's got the blonde hair. You know, like Bruce Willis with blonde hair in Fifth Element was like, you know, he's rocking the blonde hair, but then he has it in here as well, and it's the 90s for you though. But the whole passport thing's now, man, it's crazy because like, you know, in some of the European countries traveling, they've got the automated passport stuff and all that, and traveling, I had problems with my passport when I had my beard down in my belly. Again, like, it's like machines won't recognise you like that. I mean, I locked myself out my Apple phone for that kind of bullshit. But I always remember, like, you know, passports and travelling and all that, and security and stopping here, and, you know, like facial recognitions and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's a lot of, like, I think with this is because he's such a cold character and the pace, and I think it's well done. And it has a really good look to it. And it's not like, so it's very, for the time, very modern. It's paced really well. It has its style. So I think it's kind of, it's one of these films that, you know, is a remake of a slow kind of like 70s thriller, but then it's just given that 90s adrenaline kick, and I think it works well. But yeah, as I said, like, makes regular trips to the post office again. It's in the original a bit. A good old VHS. They call me Mr. Tibbs. I watched Sneakers not long ago. Sidney Poitier is in that. Obviously, is a part of cinematic history for how, like, you know, being one of the main leads, and the rise of like everything they were doing to like pushing the boundaries and going, you know, like giving you know, a black actor the main roles, and like, you know, saying, right, this is the way forward, and fucking fair play to him. Like, he's an unbelievable actor. He's got so much intensity, like even in Sneakers, when he's meant to be that, he just seems to fucking snap, and you think, fuck me, he's got a temper. But obviously worked quite a lot with River Phoenix. I didn't realise this was his last film. Obviously we're about to get a kidnapping here, with a fucking good old fashioned fucking ball gun. Oh, my phone's on charge in the other room. Drag him off in the snow. It's the hardest part of acting. Carl's actually been acting in a movie the last couple of days, with Timmy Lee Spall. That's where Carl is. But again, this wasn't planned. It was planned. Obviously, I watched the Jackal and thought, well, I need to do the Helsinki. I mean, look at that though. It's just a fucking beautiful shot. I love it here where the guy's like entrusting, like he's going to go to the bar, he's going to get his passport nicked, but like in the original, he just walks up and nicks his passport while he's at the counter. It's just like, yep, you know, yeah. Carl's away making a movie. I'm gonna have a drink of coffee. But yeah, again, this film made then. It'd be interesting then because this is the film, like with a new one, because I've just seen the poster billboard. It's obviously coming out there in like London. You kind of like look at it going, right, how do you get by it? How do you get past the new tricks of technology and stuff like that? And this came along where just before, like now cameras, identification, his Canadian passport there, and you know, like kind of Facebook, you know, they don't have to like the identity crisis, protecting your identity. This film there, it's like, do they place the new one in the 70s just so they can get around a lot of stuff and pay homage, or do they become very technical and how the assassination would happen now, you know, and how you would get by it and stuff like that? How do you make a career out of it? Keep wet work, low profile stuff, but an international assassin, like that's just, you know, that's just like craziness. But again, don't shit where you live, like really, in it. Obviously when we made the tournament, there was a lot of casting choices for just action, and I think like a lot of them were, you know, I remember like when we were talking about the tournament, and I had a film called Mean Guns, which is you know, Christopher Lambert and Ice-T, talked about that, and the Jackal, and you know, kind of like that was kind of like one of the closest new assassination films. Like Assassins is a really good film with Stallone and Banderas, and again that came along at the right time as well. Available as he's about to have a chat with a computer. But I don't think any of the assassins in the movie were as cold. You know, we had a free runner, we had just a fucking muscle bound brute, we had the Russian flip artist, which again Scott Atkins was fighting, we had like, you know, Kelly Hu, we had like, they're all kind of just action kind of things. We just didn't really have a sadistic bastard, you know what I mean, like a very cold like kind of character. They're all like, you know, maybe Craig Conway's the bellboy, you know, he's clever enough to go in the room with a bellboy, but then, you know, it's a lot of these things out there. Obviously Smoking Aces as well. There's another good assassination movie of just sheer out fun. Now in this, he's got a tank gun, so that shows you the level of pimping it up. Like in the original, he's just got like almost like a very one-shot fucking mounted gun on a shoulder base, which obviously ties a fucking rope to a tree for his stability. Bruce Willis is about to order a fucking anti-tank rifle, you know, and has to like buy a people carrier rather than just rock around. It's Europe a lot of the base with the car, but the thing with the day of the Jackal, like it's so cranked up though. There's a car chase and like one of them falls out the van and chucks him in the van and all that kind of stuff, and you could see it's just so fast, like cranked up. I don't know if it was there. Spare no expense. Richard's J.K. Simmons, like it's kind of like, it's weird seeing him in this because he's younger, but obviously he's a bit rounder than normal, but an amazing actor. I'm having a coffee. So yeah, I got a lovely comment the other day, and we're all begging you, stop posting videos. And I don't put the comments on the videos, right? Because you want to like them, you like them. But like, you know, obviously people are not stupid. They go on like the more recent video and just comment on there. And I like doing these. I really do. I just like talking out there. And you know, one day I won't be here, but you know, it's like life on tape and how you like, again, brown noise is what someone said the other day. I like you like brown noise. I'm like, really? That sounds like shit in the toilet. But again, we've been on tour with the lads. The lads go to bed with brown noise. It's like now, modern day technology and YouTube and stuff like that. You can click on a brown noise, white noise, just kind of just fizzles you out to the modern, depending on like where you live and that. So again, put it on while you're painting, talk away. If you know the film, you can hear my voice. But yeah, some people still just want to watch stuff for free, don't want to pay for anything, so I get angry. But you know what? It's better than fuck all. It's better than fuck all. A cup of tea. The airplane. I like the score. If the score came out, I would buy it. It's got a nice pace and has some really good like themes throughout. And then obviously uses one of my favourite songs, which almost is like a red herring, which is Agent Code Orange. Red Tape, sorry. Agent Provocative. Which was heavily used in this and also Underworld. But yeah, I do like the score. Got the CD, but it's there. So there, he's fishing, looking a bit hip. And then cramps away. Now he's in Canada, so an international movie. He goes to buy a car. He plays Charlie here, doesn't he? But I love like the little like, he's got this thing on. He's acting, that, and he just puts that serious look on, especially. And then we see him paint his car, which will pay off later on, which they do in the original. Bruce Willis looking jacked, like. Paints it, then times himself, blowing it off. Is that gonna ever work? Is he putting it on or is he putting it off? Washing it off. So the Joker, Jack Nicholson in the original Batman. As a kid, I couldn't work it out. Is he white all the time or is he putting makeup on? And it's just like, it's one of those things where, is that the right way around? Again, nicely cut that. Nicely cut. But the only problem with the plan, fucking power hose. So yeah, they get the tip off that there's going to be assassination. Obviously, it's misdirected who's going to be assassinated. It does keep it like a small little task force. Again, Demolition Man, where they don't know what to do with Simon Phoenix, so they get John Spartan out. Which, I'm sorry, if Declan McConnelly, is he not one of fucking Ant Deck? But anyway, if Richard Gere's character's in the original, he's a small bitty role, but like it is literally the Jackal, and a few people trying to track him down. It just seems to be... There seems to be some, like... Personally, I don't know why the original director or writer would distance themselves from this without even seeing it, because I think it's a really good remake. It follows a fucking similar beats, but brings it up in the modern time. It brings it into, like, the films we're getting out there, and I think, Bruce Willis' performances is one of his best, I think, because he's got to be like that. We're in prison now. Again, I just don't get Richard Gere. I know they've got to be a similar age because they've got the past. Keanu Reeves, Speed, a different water light could have been Keanu Reeves. I don't know, I just don't rate Richard Gere. I mean, Patrick Swayze maybe, because Patrick Swayze had fizzled off by the end of the 90s with like Black Dog and It's the one with the fucking hurricane. Tall Tales. Let's just call it Tall Tales. It's not called Tall Tales, but yeah. Obviously, the Ireland, the whole island badasses as well, like Blown Away, the Tommy Lee Jones and Jeff Bridges one, like the IRAs and stuff like that. Again, was just like so put off in America. It was happening all the time, like. But I went out in Belfast and Dublin a couple of weeks ago, and I had a great time. Even like one of the bars. I mean, I wasn't at the door when they went in, but they were like, "Oh, you Catholic or Protestant?" I was like, "I'm just on tour with the band." Oh, okay. So, no singing. And like, you're right, okay. But again, you're just out there having a drink and all that. But again, it was, you know, how it's predicted in here and all that. It's just kind of crazy. But again, it's history's always going to be remembered. But tomorrow's another day, kind of thing. You know, it's just. He tries a bit of humour there, but I just don't rate him. He's got his little goatee, which the studio didn't want. But Antonio Banderas and Stallone, Richard Donner, was a good movie. But again, who would you else cast? I think if it was Kevin Costner, I mean, Universal Studios, Waterworld would have just not long dropped, so they would have went nah. But Costner can turn on the creep if he wants to turn on the creep, but it's not a Costner. I'm just looking around my room. Christian Slater. I think he needs to be older. I've got no other actors in the room that could have done it. Oh, hang on there. Not a bad shout. Kiefer Sutherland. Bruce Willis, Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, I think Kiefer Sutherland could have done the performance, but Kiefer Sutherland around the late 90s was starting to do stuff like Truth and Consequences, New Mexico and Freeway, and like he'd sort of fallen into like straight DVD releases and stuff like that before he obviously got 24 and rocked back up, like. But I think he would have still been good enough for that. But again, that era of them actors like Charlie Sheen and all that were starting to fizzle at the end of the late 90s. You know, Charlie Sheen had fallen into like stuff like Shadow Conspiracy and like weird shit like that. But I would rate Kiefer Sutherland in there. Hell, even if River Phoenix hadn't died, River Phoenix and Sidney Poitier were in Little Nikita together, and Sneakers, you know. But yeah, as I said, it is what it is. It is who it is. The Jackal. Bruce Willis, the ruthless assassin known as the Jackal, who has been hired to eliminate someone at a very top US government order to track down the cold-blooded killer to prevent the hit. The FBI Deputy Director Sidney Poitier and a Russian intelligence officer Diane Venola enlist the aid of imprisoned Irish terrorist Richard Gere. Their unlikely allies enter a global race against the clock to stop the mysterious mercenary before he can complete his deadly assignment. There you go. Bruce Willis in a film called Assassination as well. And I remember seeing it, putting it on, and it's like in a high school classroom, and I remember it might be quite funny. I had a period last year of just watching like actors in it. But yeah, I think this is definitely one for Arrow. I think Arrow's latest releases like The Jackal and The Cell and Inglourious Bastards, and you know they are looking around there like this, and it's a really good film. and obviously you're out, but you're not going to get out. Obviously, Richard Gere shivs. He's baited off. He didn't want to. He wanted to have a go at you, rugged, being in prison. Comes out, so he comes out looking like like he looks like there's your star, there's your hero. But like, I think I agree with Richard Gere from what I've read. If he kept the goatee, he looked rugged. They've just pulled him out of prison. Right, you're going on a manhunt to help us. Like, you've got time for a shit shave and a shower. It's not The Rock. You know what I mean? And you're hitting on there. Obviously, they bond quite a bit of relationship. J.K. Simmons going in the eye. He gets a gruesome death, like shot in the fucking head. And then the new the travel time. And obviously he's going to meet Jack Black in a minute. Jack Black had been popping up quite a lot of stuff at the time. Universal, he'd got his foot in the door with stuff like Waterworld and Demolition Man. I think Cable Guy as well. A very similar time. Mars Attacks. So, Jack Black had really he'd got his foot in with Universal, and he has since then worked. And he carries this really well, like the young kind of little story and all that. Even though it's Jack Black, you kind of would you trust him to build something like that? And is he slobby enough to do it? I mean, what he builds is impressive, and Jack Black's direction was a lot of improv and to annoy Bruce Willis. And I think going back to Bruce Willis, I think that stare he's got when he sort of just stares there, one there, and he's just got that coldness again. It's great to see Bruce Willis use that in a movie, because he can be fucking, menacing. Again, with actors and stuff like that who get stuck in a kind of cast role, he has very surely morphed and likes a challenge. And unfortunately, he's he's now retired, and he's done what he's done for his legacy, I think, for his family and everything. But it's, again, it must make millions. You know what I mean? Millions. There you go. We're in Virginia now. Let's see now. So we're powering through this. Half an hour in, an hour and a half left. Wow. Okay. I'm off to see the crash test dummies tonight with Fairley. But again, we haven't done many podcasts this year, and we've done 3 now in a matter of a couple of weeks. Again, it's content. Like it or don't like it, it's content. It's better than fuck all. The channel's not monetized. You know what I mean? It's you want to watch and listen, watch and listen. You don't want to watch and listen, don't watch and listen. So he's there. She's got a good life. I mean, look at that house. She's got kids. Doesn't know about his past. Check his past. This guy's what the fuck? Boom, sorry about that. Cup's right next there. He's what a great reaction shot. He's oh shit. Is the kid really mine? Ooh, that finger of mine. But yeah, it's totally not in the original. I mean, there is a bit of romance in the original, but he's just really stating his claim. So yeah, he's on a mission. They need to find him. I don't know what he looks like. I mean, it's kind of the era where they're and he's a bit here where, oh, don't put that down there, and keeping it off the book and on the book, the old school, the new school. I mean, now it'd be with a tablet taking photos, and it's. I mean, look at the antenna on top of the fucking car, man. Great shot. Looks like Crocodile Country though. Oh, the fucking balcony as well. It's a beautiful house that they've got there. But obviously doesn't look like... Oh, do they shooting it later on? Probably that'll be definitely a set, but that's a beautiful location. It's like Helsinki at the start when it pulls back and you see that cabin and all that. It's, you know, it's really well filmed. Obviously Richard Gere as well, rocking the grey hair. Look, the silver fox look. Oh, I do own one film. Fucking hell. I do. I remember Summersby being advertised loads, especially like on Warner Brothers, like the trailers when they would have the yellow font along the bottom of the screen. And, you know, like, this isn't your shoe, boy. And like, I remember seeing the trailer and the trailer being really like cut like the mystery that it is the guy but isn't the guy. But would you know it was your husband? Or how would you know he's not your husband? And like, how would like little time pass and you'd be like, is that really my husband? Is he an identical twin? And like, I remember like it was only a couple of years ago. It was definitely in this house. I'd got it and it was still sealed in its DVD packaging. And I remember watching it, I was just like, is he a husband or isn't he a husband? And I'm sure he's not a husband. And it's someone like, he was killed in the prison camp and like, how's your shoe? Sure. I was just like, fucking hell, man, Richard Gere. That was his like, sort of like, Western romance, wasn't it? So yeah, I do own one Richard Gere movie that I know of. And it is Summersby. But yeah, the last thing he was in that I remember now is second best Marriott hotel, erotic hotel, exotic hotel, whatever it is. No touchy touchy. She's married now. But obviously the twist in the backstory, they had a child together while she was pregnant. Their love has been stripped away. He's been in prison. So again, he is a nice guy and like ultimately does deserve a second chance, but he has done wrong in the past. So it's, you know, and again, look at that shot there, just with a tree. I mean, someone would have told her to stand under the tree like that for the frame. So obviously there, and that to me does not feel green screen. Poor man's process at night and all that, yeah, but like I'm not a fan of green screen. Me and Carl were talking about this on Jurassic World, where it's just something about like, there's a car, drag along, film it on a road, you know, and get it done. But I know why they do it now, because, you know, consistency, scenic stuff and all that, but like, you don't really notice the background unless, you know, what they're talking about is boring you, you know what I mean, or it's framed really weird. But yeah, just drag the fucking car along with the camera in it, you know what I mean. But again, the poor man stuff we shot in the tournament was like, you know, the truck was in a warehouse, the bus was in a warehouse, you know, you pitch black out the warehouse, you have a few random lights, and your gripper's just fucking shaking the lights a bit, and you can get them pick up shots easy there. And it's a cover set as well. Okay, I remember one night at the tournament, it just fucking hammered down. And I think there's a little scene cut into the movie prior to them going at the strip joint and stuff like that. But there was one night it was a washout, and obviously cover sets were made just that. So check out the computers and all that. Boom. A lot of dissolves in this. Dissolve is a go-to. I always find dissolving nice in music videos and that, but I always, especially when you edit real life, it's always hard to dissolve stuff because of audio. But again, if it works and works in the edit there. This guy here who's becomes the leak. Just looks like he's been told act Russian and dye your face. He just something about him just like, I don't know, it seems a bit off. Now you know he's the guy. He's the guy. But even the actor sitting in the far background there, like, you know, did you need him that day? Well, yeah. He's not going to really say anything, but he's there in the background. There's another. And the score will come back. And now he's Steven Seagal with Tash. He looks suspicious. I mean, you would like take your sunglasses off, mate. The craziest one, the airport still. Me and my mum in Bali. Obviously, we were going to New Zealand, and left Newcastle Airport. Got into Dubai, travelled across Dubai to Bali, Bali obviously to Auckland to Nelson, but like we were fucking, honestly man, we got all the way to Bali, right, and like when we got to Bali it was like, I said to my mum then, I said we should have a day in Bali, you know, like people go to Bali and go like it's 26 fucking hours, yeah, I says that's not a fucking good fucking schedule, but like you get to Bali and you're like passing through Bali and we got told to get off the aeroplane, to get off, go up some stairs, go through immigration, back on the aeroplane, and I thought, fuck off, you know, like I don't get that. I don't like get the fact that like, you know, get your leg exercise in and you get all your luggage checked again, but I was like, we're just getting back on the same fucking aeroplane, and yeah, you're not allowed to be on the aeroplane while it's been refueled and all that, and I remember just like standing in the queue, and obviously in Bali they had guns and stuff, and like they separated it off, and I went one way and my mum went the other way just to get people through, and all of a sudden beep 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 beep. I was like, oh, someone's beeping, and all I heard is, have you got a gun? And I was like, what the fuck? And I turned around, and these people were pointing and like guns were getting raised towards my mum, and I was like, whoa. And then I got told not to step out of line. I was like, that's me mum. So then I got brought across because I was like, we're not fucking, what's wrong with my mum? What's my mum doing? And my stepdad is a gameskeeper, or was then, and he's now retired, but like he basically had given me mama his pellet bum bag, and obviously it had a live bullet in it, but it had been wedged right in like the under corner and right in like the knitting and stitching and all that. It was wedged, you know, and it was there. So all of a sudden, have you got a gun? I was like, fucking hell. And then they went, we're keeping this, next. So me and my mum went out, and my mum smoked about 4 fucking cigarettes. She was white, and I was like, what the fuck happened there? She's like, I'm going to fucking kill Morris, I'm going to kill him. And, you know, the fact that we got through Bali and Newcastle. And then I said the stupidest thing though. I was just like, oh shit, the fucking bed. Like, what happens if we get to Auckland and deny entry? I mean, why would they? Like, they're just like, oh, get back on the plane, not our problem. No, passenger. Had a bullet on them. But I said to my mum, I says, Mum, it's probably not like, you know, it's not probably, it's crazy that we got that far, but it's not as crazy. Like, it probably does happen quite often with people's luggage and stuff like that, especially America with guns and like, you know, Asia and all that. Bruce Willis just fucking smashing in car to nick a parking pass. Again, he's not afraid of petty crime. He just does it because it's a bit like zero fucks given. Now, there's a trust issue here, and I think this is just put there just to try and build up the ending about trust and about what it's going on. He's got the choice here to take the gun and run, or take the shaver. And he's not about, you know, again, he's a forgiveness and boom. Easy. Easy. Like, both of them, the casting, like, they really do look like they would just hunt you down to the end and like, got ya, zero fucks given, like. And I think that's what works with him, because like, you know, like, it's kind of like he's going to let him go, but that's quite like an inner story. But that is totally not in the original. It's all about him and traveling around, and you know, passports here, and obviously in the original he gets his gun modified into a crutch, and you know, hops along to get past the barriers to get into the house to, you know, get ready to shoot the person. Gets one shot off, then they like run up and just fucking shoot him, and he just flies up against the wall and say, Surfer Bruce back, that hair. I think like so much nervousism about traveling, especially if people don't fly, but like, I mean, fucking hell, like the amount of times I've just been like, right, you spend fucking summer with your dad. Like, great, my dad was in New Zealand. Just chucked on a plane when I was a kid. It's just fucking, it's crazy, but like, you know, I remember as he goes to he's about to get the hitchhiker thing. I remember like, you got to be there 4 hours early just so you don't miss your flight and all that. And still, people miss the fucking flights and stuff like that. But getting through customs, and you know, you spend, the worst thing you can do is spend money in a fucking airport. But like, there doesn't seem to be that many seats in some of the airports. It's just kind of like, fucking hell, you just got to find your spot and wait. And it's fucking crazy. But I remember coming back from Prague with Annie, my ex. And, you know, Prague's not a bad haul from the UK. And I remember a couple, right? And it's just one of those couples I'd seen throughout the day or whatever. It was only one flight, but I don't know if they were on the flight over. Then again, it was this couple. I was like, oh, there's that couple again. And it was just something about it or whatever. It was like security or whatever. And they were standing to go on the gate. And like the queue just sort of like, it was a late night flight, because I think a lot of like the heater help stores and like cafes and stuff were all boarded up shut, you know what I mean? It was like a part of the airport that was, you know, like active. That almost looks like Neil Patrick Harris there. But like the couple being in front of the queue everywhere we went. Say for example, getting through the gate, then waiting in the gate on the plane. And I think it might have been the thing where me and Annie just sat down by the bar, and like obviously like, and a security guard came over to us and says, oh, you'll have to join the queue because you can't get on the airplane because that's the queue. And I went, we're just trying to sit down. And I remember the couple actually talking to the guard, and the guard coming over, and I went, and I just started staring at the couple and made them feel very awkward. And because like I was just like you're there, you ready, you've got your bum bag, you're ready to go on the plane. You stand at the front of the queue, you're first on the plane. Right, that's cool. At the end of the day, the airplane can't go anywhere till everybody's on. And it's not like a fucking gig where it's like first in, there's your spot. That's what I probably do with crash test dummies now. But it's not like, you know, you go in there and it's fucking, it's just, oh my god, it's totally fucking Vietnam flashbacks to them, but aye. So going back to the film, Bruce Willis is about to fly down the car park. There's some really good driving scenes here, especially when he brings a tail out going around a corner. Because car parks over here in the UK are getting smaller and smaller. But he just floors it here, and obviously he set it up earlier on that he's going to change the colour of the car from white to blue. And then rum as the score kicks in. And obviously they're just going to walk in and hijack us. It's not that scared. It's not that scared. It's not that scared. It's that one there. Far out, man. Some car parks are horrendous. Scored lucky recently. I mean, just hoping just got the jet wash there, but scored lucky with Leeds recently. Leeds is quite a crazy city to navigate. obviously we're on tour and Matt drove through a bus lane, and then I was back down filming a few weeks later, and I went to this car park, and I've got this obviously this brand new fucking Peugeot car with all the cameras and shit, and like fucking hell, it does make parking easier, but like car parking spaces, especially in multi-stories and all that, it's like holy fuck, man. It's like the newer ones are just absolutely like crazy. And I think the day before I parked in, it was like 15 quid. I was a couple of hours here, and then this guy was like going to the bar. He went, "Oh, you've stuck lucky to do. Put the new things in. It's free parking. Just get yourself in." I think get in. Hotel, yeah. Obviously, back at the tournament, we shot 3 floors down in an underground car park, which was fucking terrifying because there was just no air, and it's a scene where Vin Rames shoots Nick Roundtree in the head, and it's like running around in like car party scenes, and it's just fucking horrible. Like, there you go, Battery's Hotel. It's his parks. This guy's smart enough to spot the trail, so the Jackal's got his gun, and then zap, he gets oh fuck's sake. Just done that, rocks me coffee on the jumper. Anyway, can't do nothing about that now. Blacked out windows. There's fucking, it's crazy at the minute. I just thought I wasn't recording there. It's crazy at the minute that I think that like you go past some of these cars in the UK at the minute, and they've got these like orange neon like windows where you can't see in, and it's like, how is that legal? This guy I was hired for like deaf, and then another dissolve. Private plane. There's that actor again, just in the background, out of focus on a mobile phone on an aeroplane. Then turn around. Fucking crazy, like all them fucking chairs and all that, and all. I think someone's fucking doing some on a microwave in the background, all them fucking televisions on. Got all them seats and all that. Get a bed. Sly little devil he is, putting his charm on. But it's been a while since I've been on a plane. When was the last time I was on a plane? Barcelona? Might have been Barcelona. We drove Ireland. We were going to fly, but Matt doesn't like flying. But yeah. I'll then talk there. Blah 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 blah. Building foundations. Never dissolve. And that's what Jack Black's made. It's a little bit off though. That's where Jack Black gets killed, and silence him as well. And also as well in the original, the guy with the crutch replaces it, the metal, without asking. And obviously the Jackal's that smart, he specifically wants stuff for this and that, and he doesn't like it when someone points out that this could be better or made a decision without him because he's not going to control us. But then he basically he changed his pattern. Like here he's just like, well, if you kept your mouth shut, because he rather just, like that guy, if you kept your mouth shut you would have been fine, because he wants to be incognito, he wants to be forgotten about, he wants to just flow on, change his personality. That's how he gets by. He doesn't have to kill everybody and leave a fucking bloodbath. He's that smart. But obviously Jack Black here pushes him for money, but he doesn't want to pay money, and obviously wants to test it. And he tested out the original with the pumpkin hanging from the tree. Yeah. Again, Bruce Willis, chameleon in it. He's got this kind of like the buzz cut. He feels taller even though he's not taller. It's just got them eyes like another dissolve to a pumpkin head. And obviously he realises it's off. Well, this is a bit of an homage to the original. This feels like it was shot when they've done the Virginia stuff, like obviously Jack Black has no idea what it is. Boom. And the fucking bullets. I think someone on IMDb had a rant about bullets and stuff, but it's crazy to think that the bullets there, you know, when they hit something, they shatter off, splinter, then heat themselves up and just shred. You know what I mean? It's like, holy fuck. It's obviously meant to be hitting fucking tanks and stuff, not fucking humans. Can you imagine if someone drove down there like, oh, what are you doing? Nothing. Like, nothing at all. It's Halloween night. It was a nice clear night to me. The girl went up to Stargaze, because I live so high up, and you know, like a 10-minute drive, you're like fucking one of the highest towns in the country, and not a light in sight, and I'm standing there, and I missed the initial turn, so I was just parked at one of like the gate ends, and some lads had drove up there, like I've been there like 20-25 minutes, and I just remember the lad going, fuck, there's somebody over there, you know, and I was like, hello. I was like, oh. And I think it was more terrifying to them because they drove up and didn't see even I was there than someone being there. I mean, they were just fucking smoking some dope and that, but like, you know, I was like, you fucking, I almost said to them, turn your engine off, man, you're spoiling the mood to stare at the sky, but they were fucking too busy fucking sniffing or whatever they were doing. So yeah, he's got his mobile phone, uses his pen, he's got the camera lens on there, zooms in. All radioactive. And boom! Takes down the tree. So it's slightly off. I better get a gore shot here. I love the shot when the gun fires up in his face. I don't think Jack Black and Bruce Willis have worked together since. Universal as well, for King Kong. And that's pretty much a money shot there. I mean, it does ramp it up a little bit near the end for the action and stuff like that, but I film Bruce Willis did not long after this, Mercury Rising. You think like, I think when I looked at Mercury Rising, I thought take away the action scenes that were obviously put in and get rid of them, probably would have been a better film. But you know, people like at this point are expecting Bruce Willis, but Bruce Willis is wanting to do this, probably had a lot of love for the original and wanted to do this. Jack Black running really weird there. It's almost T-Rex running. Nice building suspense that way. And fair play to Jack Black, like, yep. But again, you're in a movie with Bruce Willis. And when you're running along these marshlands, get soaking wet. I think he'd be in the X-Files at this point as well. Cigarettes get handed up. Again, is that green screen? Quite possibly. But it feels too good. Like the reflection on the screen there. Again, it might be. Look at him. Fingers are trembling. Blows his fucking whole arm off. I told you it was off. He's got a fucking rain and fire on him. You imagine after doing this, you'd be like, right, need to pack this up quick. Good old fashioned Jaws, zoom in, zoom out there. Oh, what a shot! Like the aerial shot though. Oof. He's down. Oof. I think you might be able to see the crew in his fucking lenses there. Back in Montreal. They're still trying to work out what is going on. Obviously, I think they get reports that Jack Black's been brutally fucking murdered. Jackal. Obviously, we've just pretty much got we've got the house attack coming up in a bit. We've got Bruce Willis meeting back up with the guy he met. Here's the report there of the car being shot to shit. So you get the workman's shop, and obviously they find some blueprints. Workman's shop. I love it how like all them are there. They've been there for ages. And like you got all them people going through the room, and he just walks in and goes, yep, this is what we're looking for. Like, come on. They should have already had that. Especially by the time they found the shop and all them cop cars are there. That should have already been like, we found this. But again, find him some use. I mean, all he really knows is what he looks like. That's who you're looking for. You know? More dissolving. On the boat. Obviously, this is how he's going to get his gun in. Deja vu. No, so you're not meant to change the name of your boat, are you? I love it how he's got a shipment. But obviously he knows what he wants. Fits absolutely perfect. Boom. go. That's how he's going to smuggle a gun into the country. I see his hair's gone bleached blonde now, which it will be for the rest of the movie. He's renamed it. I don't know if you're allowed to do that, and it's now not called Deja Vu. Insolent Mix. Can't read that. The writing's there. And it's no longer Canadian. He's American. Big ass fucking flyer. Again, some really impressive aerial shots. And yeah. Oh, he's got the phone. Jackal. So how long we got left of me waffling? Oh my god. Halfway. We're halfway. Really? Got another hour left? Oh, I've got the house scene. I've got the house scene and I've got the chase at the end. Okay. Another dissolve. Fucking hell. Should have counted the dissolves. There he goes. Again, he's going to work out how it's happening, what's going down. Where's the plot holes? Is anyone watching the water? FBI think tank. There's another car going in. Again, love his shot. Oh, Bruce Willis' smile there. And the guy's like, hiya! The guy is like they're meant to be looking out for it, maybe. It's like, hey. Finger gun, just like, hello. So he gets off in the arena and did he see him straight away? I think he just smooths it. No, he smooths in because he goes out, doesn't he? Nice little flare, a rainbow flare. Fan rocking out. Welcome to the club. So you must see him here, marina shot, because they're out looking for him. But obviously the Jackal. Oh, does he know? He does know that he does know that he's already involved by the leak of the information. Asking for a gun. He is being left to freely and walk around though. No, he's not. She's there with him. She is constantly smoking in this film. Just continuity and stuff like that for a start. Just get rid of it, like. Yeah, this must be where he sees him. I think as well he kind of like sees them in the background. I think it's really well done that they're about to see each other rather than hello. Let's see, right. I love it how they're all like peeking around. Rather than just having a casual walk. Are you looking for anyone? No. So why are you like crouching down and stuff? Like, hello. I mean, I know people are in the boats and all that, but like, why are you looking at me boat for? I mean, okay, I don't know why you're looking at there. They're having a party on the deck. I mean, yeah. Really? Sitting in your bar in bikinis in the middle of the dock, and there you go. Thinks maybe sees the car. Tensions rising, maybe. Obviously, he's unloaded the car already. The stillness walk. Is he really here? The music gets really dark and eerie when Bruce Willis pops his head up here. Again, he's now got the brown hair in. Which, you know, he went blonde for the ferry, then obviously he gets out and then blonde again, so it's kind of like, is that a wig or what? And there, they've just kind of seen each other then. Boom, and it's Bruce Willis's very sinister fucking turn. And he recognises him, he's not shocked. He smiles. Classic Bruce Willis smirk. Richard Gere's like, is it really him? He waves at him. And then it's a very slow, like turns. Oh, shoot out there. So a bit more action there. I'd love to do that some days. Fucking Metro Centre with all the fucking people just fucking out my way, just like. Better run, you want to catch him. So he's in his car and he's away. But doesn't need the boat anymore. We're in Chicago now, by the cargo there. It's going to turn now, because now he's going to go after Isabella. And obviously the rat is being announced here because obviously he knows that, he knew that he was there. I'm not surprised to see him, so. And obviously, is there a leak? Is someone on the take? In the original, it's kind of like the guy stands up and just goes, yeah, it's my friend. So obviously he's talking with a friend and she's leaking the information, so he knows that he's intentionally leaked. He's got a menacing face, like. quite a massive supporting role. I'm surprised he didn't get and, you know, like, especially how like much experience and stardom he had. This is obviously his Dropbox. Oh. Imagine if you set that and totally forgot about it. He's got this all set up now. The Jeep is red. Jeep. People carrier. More dissolves. Great shot, that. Obviously now they'll be doing it with drones and stuff. That is like a helicopter shot, that. You know what I mean? It's like, that's an amazing shot. And obviously here goes the leak, which is very similar in the original. They've got the reel-to-reel recording. He's got like a little hand one. Where is he? He's kind of that. He's not in that shot, is he? There he is there, but he's not in that. He's got his back to it, so you know what I mean. It's kind of like you don't expect him because you forget he's there. What happens in the original? Just walks out of the room. Okay. He goes in the custody there. The original's like, yep, it's my friend of mine. Bye. More dissolves. What's the theme of this? Passport and check systems, there we go. And there he is, back to blonde. Bruce Willis asked for some of these scenes to be refilmed coming up because he wanted to make sure it was known that he shot the guy for knowing too much rather than shooting the guy for being gay. That's in the IMDb credits on that one, so yeah. He's obviously planted a seed weeks ago, and by stroke of luck it's lined up. You know, the guy could have been busy, so he's chose well. And the house. Well, I need to go for a wee, so there's no call or anyone there to talk, so yeah, we're still listening this long, fucking hell. Thanks for listening, I guess. I'm coming. I'm coming back. Oh, coming back. That's an FBI access code. So yeah. Crazy. That's an FBI access code. There you go. And I, operator, and I'm in a hurry. Again, now I'll be doing that. CGI, helicopter coming in. And obviously, Red Tape songs about to blast in. Now back to Virginia. They're on house watch. I mean, this just literally sets these three up to get absolutely annihilated by the Jackal. I mean, it's you know, the Jackal's like knows what's going on. He probably knows that they're out there, but obviously the back door's open and they're like, ooh. But then it's the red herring that obviously J.K. Simmons has taken out the trash. And the Jackal is underneath the stairs. So, yeah. Remember what film Carl was in? He's filming. Hang on, I'll have a look. So I've got my phone now. Carl is in Day and Night, which is a Virginia Wolf with Timothy Spall. That's where Carl is. So yeah, let's have a look at this new Jackal. So Day of the Jackal is a TV series. Eddie Redmayne is the star of it. The Jackal is in a state of time to carry out living, hits the highest fee, soon meets his match. So it's an intelligent British agent officer is after him. So yeah. Pretty much almost all British kind of cast obviously, yeah, Code Orange. Red Tape's just hit there and blasted down the stairs. On IMDb, the Jackal, this one is 6.4, and then the Day of the Jackal 7.8. I would definitely rate this one over. I mean, there, it's set to go off just as that. I mean, it's a long clock out to the side of the house. How dumbfounded do you need to look? But J.K. Simmons is about to meet a painful death. And as though she seemed calm, intelligent and all that, she just loses her shit by just fucking blasting the shit out of it. Yeah, I can't believe someone's cutting the grass. It's fucking middle of November. That's Stephen next door. Kind of a false move there on the picture there. That. Yeah, the music hits, he just suddenly gets blasted here, doesn't he? There you go, boom boom. Wiped out. And yeah, she sort of like rocks in here, just blasts the fuck out the room. And then hides on the couch, and obviously she still gets up there. I mean, yeah, music's on there. And he shoots her through the couch. Right in the liver. And he's cold about that there as well. He's kind of like, you want to come after me. Kicking when it down. Fucking hell. Who cuts their grass? Let's have a look. It's my neighbour across the road. It's like 2 streets away. It's the neighbour that gets out his house every day, parks his car out the drive in front of his drive, and doesn't go anywhere. Just so you don't park in front of his drive. So yeah. So she's left there to suffer a long time. Obviously fuel the fire. This is done more towards Declan. It's like an almost rivalry. It's mind games. And yeah, she's left to horrible death, like. Never dissolve. And obviously the car comes racing. I mean, time's passed, you know what I mean? She's like, see how many cars is there? Like, there's so many cars, and like, we got the money's worth out of that high, because that's probably the same crew that was at the factory. All these people are in the house, and she's still there, laying dying. I mean, they probably said there's nothing you can do for her, they're just trying to make her comfortable. But yeah. Like, half the fucking police force is there. There's a couple of things you could pick apart with this, couldn't you? And go, oh, really? She gives a good performance though. Sat there and suffered, bless her.
Shut your face. You forgot to mention that it's got Godzilla printed on the front. I've actually just had a lie in. For the first time in God knows how long. I feel so good about it. I'm so happy.
Alright, she dies, sorry. My mate just got out of bed. She's gone, suffered, bless her. Well, what's that? And we're about to go on the last part of the film. Revenge now is murdered. They both know that this guy needs stopping at all costs. So, you know, she just walks up like, oh, what the fuck's happened? You know, like, don't worry, he's gone. We think, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, it's kind of safe to say that obviously he feels for her because like he's made that connection, and like I mean what the film doesn't show, like he's obviously spent some time with it, and maybe there's sub stories that maybe you've been in prison. Like, I'm not saying they did that, but like they would have travelled quite a lot, and you know there's some scenes in the car earlier on where she's on about the way she looks, and he shows like, you know, he's been in prison, so it's kind of like he's just happy to talk to her and all that, and obviously he's built up a relationship, you know, that just sort of gets squished in that. Reindeer's fucking camping it. trying to work out what this fucking scene is. Okay. They've gone for some really big locations on this. Obviously, like, what I meant, I don't pay full more attention, like, but I would hate to beat some of them extras. And action! Like, stand, don't move. So that's easy rather than try to, like, fake a conversation behind. He's now the plan. He is definitely now the plan. Ooh, another cup of tea. Another dissolve though. And yeah. Bruce Willis, his hook up. That to me looks like a set, I would say. Nice backlit set. Obviously, he's given keys to his apartment. Rocks up, able to park right outside his house. Well, of course, he has got a garage. It's a really nice lit, that. I love them glass bricks. He's gonna come in. Boom. Fucking hell, it's got like a massive fish tank. And then he's just like, it's in the garden, building his gun. He's like, fuck, he's here. So instantly, like, I think like this may be some of the reshoots of it. Like, I'm going like, I thought I had there. And then, who's this guy? Blonde hair. What completely blanks him. Got Chinese. So obviously he's like, you're going to be coming home for a while, then he's came back. I thought we were going out. But this is the cold, like, Jackal. He's hungry. He's like he kind of doesn't want to kill him. He's more like, I can just blow this guy off by being a dick, and I've got what I needed, I'll go. And then he's incognito again, but then all of a sudden he's a news report. Just so happens he happens to look at the wrong time. He's going, is he, isn't he? And then Bruce Willis is just like, And then it's a brutal death. Bang, bang, two in the chest, like two squids going off there. And again, real squids, I think when real squids go off, I think you can act like when you're shot, like, I've been shot, but like, I think like with squids going off, because it's impact on your body, and like for a split second, you're like, fuck, am I alright? You know, when these go off, because they're hurt, they're bruised, they leave marks. It's just fucking, and he's like, for the crash pad, boom, done. Now Bruce Willis, rocking the old Bruce Willis here, with the hair. He's got his parking permit. And yeah, we're in the last bit. The assassination's about to go down south. As Bruce Willis is just the evil cop here. Obviously a really good film I like, and it has been on the channel, I believe, is Striking Distance. I think with the podcasts, like some of the originals I remember, but we've done that many now. I mean, have I done a fucking podcast for Striking Distance? I'm sure I have. I really want to do a podcast with Bad Boys, but I really don't want to sit through Bad Boys 2 for a podcast because it's so fucking long. Plus, to be honest with you, I like to keep the podcast about an hour and 20 now, just for mastering and stuff. Larry King. I don't know how many films Larry King's been in. Obviously Larry King as well. It's like kind of like, it's Larry King, but he's then like kind of, he's cast in the film as himself, interviewing people for content for the films. So essentially Larry King is playing Larry King. And that would be the achievement. Because normally you just cast anyone, but you know, it's like I mean, you don't turn the TV on here and see Larry King, but again, it's that iconicness, you know, the authenticity of like that's what's really happening. And then here's the twist. Richard Gere solved he's not going for. He's solved that they're going for the wrong target. He's going for the First Lady rather than the FBI. Fucking hell. It's a lot of extras. That is a lot of extras. Shake my hand. So there's a new children's hospital opening up. There he is, Bruce Willis walking in the background. Like no one's sitting on them benches for. Oh, but not the effect. No, he's looking for you with sunglasses. It's a lot of extras. A lot indeed. Oh, bigger fucking helicopter there now. Fucking hell. It's a fucking tank, that thing. Now that's green screen. You're gonna have them in fucking a helicopter or flash a little light in his face. Some really good aerial work. Films now just don't bother. Like it's an excess. But not the effect again. How man? You got your sunglasses on, man. Let's see. Cop car, you're alert. Straight on it. And there you go. He's been in quite a lot of films. He was in Under Siege. He's in The Fugitive. If you're looking for the car. Imagine that, you went back and someone stole his clipboard. Game over. But the idea that, you know, he does that and then he can make the assassination and just walk away from the car. You know, the car could be rigged with explosives and stuff like that. You know, of all the mass going on. It's a perfect, like, kind of, like, trap there, so... Fucking hell. That's one big ass fucking gun, like. Jesus. Now that to me looks deposited, that aerial shot there, because possibly of where it is and that, but that definitely didn't look just been like composited over the top. Get that little antenna up. There you go. Dials it in. Here it's time for like what you could possibly do, more control access and stuff like that now, man. I mean, you can control your heating from anywhere in the world in your house, yeah, turn the heating on and off. It's fucking crazy. See, that looks fine. It was the one before. a helicopter. Boom. Looks like he's got a bit of extras on his cheek there as well. Chip him out a bit. Should have man, they're all going down on ropes. Go! It's a big ass rope, that, like. Yeah. Well, not long left. At the end of my coffee. As I said, the Jackal will feature on Retro VHS about the artwork. I don't really want to do with the series the fact that, like, look at the artwork there and now, but the Jackal might be one of them exceptions where you can kind of go, oof, look at that. So a lot of running across the buildings here as well. Yeah, we have 15 minutes left, so there you go. The gun is out. FBI in force. Obviously, Declan's going to save the day. See, to me, that looks almost composited. Just sometimes it's all about the outline a bit. What's a vantage point? I remember seeing that one, sorts of different things. Yeah, it's just too clear. And I tell you what, the actor next to him there who had the gun is a guy from Lost, isn't it? Chang from Lost, I think it is. Just give him, obviously, gun the gun, not going to be in the gun. He's going to ring. It's a beast of a gun, that, like, Jesus. Oh, there it is, going right for the head. I mean, a fucking hell. Oh, if you just took the shot earlier, remember, it's got to be slightly off. There you go, spots the gun. Yeah, it is. It is him from Lost. Yeah. I mean, you get a pardon anyway. You just save the president's wife. And blows the back off the gun. And then he just loses his shit. And there you go, saves the day. Boom! So he would have hit her like that. See mass crowd there, panic mode. There you go, the evil in his eyes there. See Chan from there. 2 shots, takes out the fuel tank. And boom. Really big car explosion. The car fucking lifted about 20 foot off the ground there. So yeah. Unlike the original where he misses the shot because of the move, and obviously they know where it is by the time he gets the second shot off, They go in the room, and the guy gets shot with the AK-47 and just fucking flies up into the ceiling almost. To what we get there, where there's like hundreds and hundreds of extras and stuff like that. So I think he's got a wig on, because he's blonde hair again in a minute. So he hits the subway. There you go. There's a wig. Boom. Still remember when I was in London, going to New Zealand, and Fifth Element was right across the subway stations, like mass market. Bruce Willis films were a massive event. But I do remember this one being like quite under the radar. I wouldn't say like it's an 18. I'd say like it's a 15 standards. There's a little bit of gore and all that, but I wouldn't have said it was an 18. I mean, yeah, the C words dropped, and it's just a slow burning thriller, but it's not really like a hard 18, if you know what I mean. Obviously, here he goes sliding down the side of the escalator, which nowadays they've put all them blockers in to stop people doing that. And that there's a still from the back of the video where it's flipped. I like this as well. He looks over and he just looks the other way, and it's like, I like the shots where he's there in plain sight, but like you know he's there, but he doesn't know he's there, and it's a realization. And obviously the bleached blonde hair is a nice little twist, because he ain't seen him with bleached blonde hair. Just the right time. Brad Pitt went full bleached around this time as well with another film that's disappeared with Harrison Ford, is it Devil's Own? Bruce Willis as well, another film he did this time as well, shaving his head, was 12 Monkeys. Which again, I think, you know, was a film that showed he was trying to be different and wanting to work with the right directors. Didn't want to just do big action kind of movies. You know, Die Hard was a nice franchise, and I think Die Hard with a Vengeance is one of the best Die Hards. But we're about to get a scene now that totally feels wrong in this movie. So far, had bits and bobs, but we're about to get a scene that is a bit weird. It's when Richard Gere is standing between the two trains, and he's holding on for dear life. Bruce Willis jumps across, boom, you know, knocks his leg. He's gonna create a limp. Richard Gere's about to jump between the trains. And off he goes down the subway. So he could have just jumped the tracks, went on the other side, but he's about to realise in here, which is a really good shot. You just see him in the echoes there, which is really cool. And off to go down the train tracks. Good old Predator 2 style. Run, Bruce, run! Buses turn up beside the house. Buses come. So here comes another train. And Bruce able to jump in the side there. Obviously the train's coming one way and the one's about to come the other. And there's just no need for the scene. Like here you can just see now it's total green screen. Bruce Willis has been shot there. Oof, goes down, sells it well there. And then lo and behold, here comes another one. And it just feels so out, and like I think the CGI to make the shot work, and it's just, you just didn't need it. I think of how much they've done. It's going back to the boat scene before when they had that free thing coming around, the helicopter shot and all that. I think they could have done something with just a practical train, you know. And yeah, that is one of the hard. I remember that now. That guy, hey, bang, like fuck, and that's how ruthless the Jackal is. You know, that guy's just walking. He was just disappeared in the background, by the way. He walks out, he gets fucking just blown there, and it's a great sell. There you go, fucking. Oh, it's a Metro Centre. That's what I always laughs about the Metro Centre where I work. It's like, oh yeah, Metro Centre, yeah. No, well, there's a metro comes past here, but it's not like a centre. It's got a bus station. He got a hostage, hasn't he? Follow the blood. Now, about the ending, what's just about to abruptly happen soon. Obviously, you know, she turns up, she gets her revenge, shoots him in the neck, which is pretty brutal death. Obviously, she doesn't really exist in the original. The only girl is like sort of killed in her bed after she confesses the Jackal's there. But again, I think he's a bit more ruthless in the original as well. Obviously, I just shot the guy point blank dead there, like, but I think with you know, she knows where she is. I mean, he has phoned it in, but for her to suddenly be there, it's like, really? But the bit I don't agree with is the fact that he comes back for one last gas. She killing him, fine. She turns up, you didn't see that coming. But the fact that he's not dead and he comes back and they all both fucking sit there and lie over, and Richard Gere fucking shoots him full of lead. It's just overkill. Like in the original, you walk in the room and you think, oh no, he's shot. You open the room, he's dead. The film ends before you fucking know it. Here he's just like, I'm coming back when it's again. And like, Bruce Willis didn't die in that many films earlier on. He was kind of like, you know, and I think like that's what kind of works. I think there's a film called Immortal Thoughts with Debbie Moore where he gets killed early on or whatever, or he jokingly dies in some bits and bobs or whatever. But I think like, you know, Bruce Willis not dying that much. That's why Armageddon had so much impact when he did that. No pun intended. But yeah, he started to like take more creepy roles. I mean, he's fucking sadistic there. Like, look at him creeping. He still should have came back for Expendables 3. Stare down with Richard Gere. I'm just going to have a quick look at Richard Gere's IMDb and I'm going to tell you what I've generally seen his. Let's have a look. Richard Gere. Why ain't she in Chicago? I mean, I have seen Pretty Woman, but I don't own it. Or Canada, or maybe. Mother, son, father, son, no. State of Mind, nope. The Dinner, nope. Norman, The Benefactor, nope. Out of Time, Mind, Henry and May, nope. Cosmos, nope. Movie 43, I've got that actually. I've got movie 43. Boom, he gets shot in the Alter Age, The Double, Harachi, Brooklyn's Finest, I do own. That was crap. Hunting Party, The Flock, The Hawks, B Season, Shall We Dance, Freedom Chicago, Unfaithful, Mothman Prophecies, Dr. T and the Woman, nope. And then boom, he's shot in the neck here. One Away Bride, never seen. The Jackal, even the Jackal on IMDb now has the shitty cover. It does have an alternative ending on the DVD, and it does have a deleted scene. So again, reasons for Arrow to pick it up. Red Corner, never seen it. Primal Fear, First Night, never seen it. In the Section, Mr. Jones and the band played on. Summersby, that's the motherfucking thing I was talking about. Pretty Woman, Rhapsody, Eternal Affairs, Miles from Home, No Mercy, Power, King Knight, The Cotton Club, The Honour, Breathless, Officer and Gentleman was 1982. Holy Biscuits, American Gigolo, Yanks, Brotherlands, Days of Heaven. I have not seen hardly any of him. I've seen hardly none of this. So yeah, Bruce Willis there is dead. That is a good enough dead scene. Film's ended, but oh no, he's going to come back and get you. He just doesn't need to come back. He's dead there. And like she got it. She got the revenge. He doesn't need to get the revenge. And dun 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 dun. And then, oh no, more slow motion. He didn't need that. Shot in the neck, dead. Just unload the rest of the clip in him. She was like, you stole my thunder. I had him. So yeah, somebody's crows on the tree. Some trucks building there. What's that mean? Oh right, he's getting there. Who's getting buried there? Oh, I see the. I don't know who's getting killed there. Is it the Jackal? Just put in a grave. I don't know. Well, it must be the Jackal because, like, you're not just going to bury her on her own. Why don't they bury all of? I don't know. It probably made more sense to have the audio one. But yeah, it kind of like go to the future. I mean, again, if it was the girl's officer, she's from Russia. Would she not got sent back to home turf or just buried there because she didn't have any family or whatever? And then you got the other two guys who were murdered at the house. Would it not be a big government funeral? But it must be the Jackal there. But then why would Richard Gere be? Yeah, you haven't got to go back to prison yet because you go to the Jackal's funeral. So, but he did enough. He saved the First Lady. He should be given a pardon. I mean, I'm saying that correct and wrong. He's done wrong, but he spends his whole life on the run. Then he walks off. And then there's a long scene with a train coming up. Because I remember, because it's so overly long. As the skull kicks back in. Is that guy now hoovering his car? I'm like fucking the Burbs, me. He fucking is. The guy's now cutting his lawn and then hoovering his car. One day at a time, man. One job at a time. You make me feel like all I'm doing is sitting here talking to myself. So this has been the podcast for the Jackal. Hopefully you're still not watching this thinking that the film's going to start. Again, it's just a podcast. It's better than fuck all. I would like to see this out on Arrow. I think this could be just a nice little cushioner for Arrow to resell. It's Universal, as I said. It's been on Blu-ray, but it seemed to got lost in there, especially the extra features not actually making the Blu-ray cut as well. And as I said, they walk their separate paths here, and it's just a long walk. It's a long walk because he's gone for a coffee. So Bruce Willis, Richard Gere, Sidney, J.K. Simmons, Jack Black gets his name right up there. So yeah, just watching the names there. Man in the video, woman in the video. Trying to see if I recognise the lad's name from Lost, but he might be uncredited. Larry King himself. And yeah, there's the train I was on about. Loads of stunts. Just waiting for it to fade to black, and then I'll say piss off to me. But yeah, as I said, I remember not being able to see this in the pictures, but when I got it out, liking it, and I think the score's really good, and it's now faded to black for the additional credits. Produced in association. So I've been Stephen Mason. Thank you very much for listening to this. It's just a podcast for the Jackal.